Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we'll be creating this fun striped cake with all buttercream accents, including the leaves and the flowers. I'll show you how to make these. They're really easy, and I did so in a different way than usual. So this is a 6-inch cake that I'm working with. It's already been filled, stacked and crumb coated. All I'm doing here is applying that final layer of frosting. I'm using American buttercream for this with half butter and half vegetable shortening. The recipe will be linked in the eye icon for you guys and also in the description box below. Smooth it out with your scraper and then take a striped or a square frosting comb and continue to smooth it out until the raised sections are nice and smooth and neat. I like to go around one time nice and slowly to make sure it's all smooth, and then bring the lip of frosting to the middle. I like to scrape off after each swipe to make sure it's all nice and neat. Place it into the freezer for about 15 minutes, and then you can fill in with your secondary color. I decided to go in with white because I wanted the dark blue roses to really stand out against something nice and light. Fill in with a piping bag and then take a spatula and just smooth it around, making sure that way that it's all properly within that indented area and you don't have any spaces kind of hollow. Smooth it out with a frosting scraper. The cake did come out of the freezer, and basically it just means that the two colors are going to be less likely to blend because they've both set pretty quickly. Once you pipe it, you'll realize that the frosting sets pretty fast too. So you might need to take a metal spatula or a metal scraper, run it under some really hot water and then smooth it out. Once you are done with the smoothing, bring that lip of frosting back towards the middle and then set in the fridge until you're ready. These are fads. They're like sugar sticks, really delicious back when I used to eat sugar. And then I'm taking a 104 piping tip with the skinny side facing up. I'm creating a little dome right on the tip of the fad and then creating arches. I start really tight with 3 and then I elongate them, making another 3 or 4, and then I stick them directly into the cake. I'll show you guys one more time that process. So a really tight cone and then 3 petals around that, making sure that your piping tip is neat, and that way your rose petals will finish off neatly as well. These are basically really tiny roses on the tip of this sugar stick. And then I'm going to take a scissors, grip it at the base and press it into my cake. And I cut them in half, these sticks, so they're only pretty short. And the reason why I'm doing this, first of all, it's ridiculously fun. And second, it really eliminates a lot of time for you. So rather than having to pipe it all out individually and then place it onto a tray, put it into the freezer, wait half an hour to an hour, and then you have to individually handle the roses to place them onto the cake. And this process of sticking everything on the cake, it does take a little while. So by the time you might finish off one batch at the top, you have to put the roses back into the freezer because they've gone soft. And basically it takes all that stress out. And this way you just press them into the cake with the scissors. It's actually really easy to do and ridiculously fun, I promise. So yeah. Just going to do that at the top, do that at the bottom as well. I'm trying to keep within a triangular sort of shape at the base and on the top as well, so that when you view it from the front of the cake, they look like 2 flourishes on either side. Once all of your flowers have been piped and inserted, you can then pop this in the fridge if you like, just to give them enough time to set, maybe about 20 minutes or so. And that way you're ensured that they're not going to fall off. And then take some yellow buttercream with a number 352 piping tip. This is a leaf tip. And just creating leaves all around our rose spread here. I went along the outside and along the middle as well, just to make it a little bit more balanced. And the reason I've chosen yellow is because I want to paint it in gold. Pop it into the freezer for a good half hour if you can, that way the buttercream's nice and hard. And then create an edible paint. This is edible luster dust in gold with some rose water spirit. Mix it up and then paint in those now super firm gold or yellow piped leaves. If you wanted to do silver, I recommend going with a dark grey leaf instead. Basically, whatever colour the paint is, try to make it the same in the buttercream colour too. And that's it! That is how you create this really fun Father's Day themed cake with the easiest roses you'll probably ever make. Now, you can cut into this cake. On the roses, you will have those sticks in there which are completely edible. If you don't want to eat them, you can just pick them out. They're really, really short. Remember, a majority of that stick is actually under the rose. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and give it a go. #Rosie's Dessert Spot if you do. Feel free to subscribe and we'll catch you again in the next one.